Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAKAKWADASH. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone and the sincere shalom to the Akim out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be a really quick video. It doesn't need any introduction or anything like that. We know what time it is, man. Hell is breaking loose. Hell is breaking loose fast, too. You notice every single year, new year, right around the middle of or mid beginning of January, there's always something major that happens. All right. This is not a coincidence, man. This is nothing but prophecy. And you know, you people are still man, I was out yesterday. I was out yesterday in a waiting room. I was waiting on some paperwork. And you know how they have the little TV playing or whatever, and they was talking about Trump, and all the stuff that he's doing, and the shooting with the woman with ICE and all that, and all the black people in there, just all they doing is, and it's the older ones, all they doing is shaking their heads and that's a shame, that's a shame. It's just like, and I'm just looking at them like, y'all still have zero clue what the hell is going on, man. This is prophecy and it ain't going nowhere, man. All right, so let's get it on, man. So like in Second Ezra chapter 15, we're gonna start at verse 1. I may or may not jump a little bit. I'm not sure. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, all right, which I will put in thy mouth, right, saith the Lord." It says, "And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true," right? So these are the things that we read. This is the word of God, man. These are the things that we read to you that you people still constantly want to ignore, right? And call us hate groups and whatever else you people will like calling us, right? These are the things that you like, that you people want to ignore, all right? And this is not a matter that you should be ignoring. Shit is getting real, man. Hell is breaking loose, and through the spirit of Yahweh Basham Shah, we told you that these things were gonna happen, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Shah, we told you that these things were going to happen, right? And we're still telling you. And you know what you still do? You still waste your time. You Christians come up to camps and say, yeah, and what does God say? What did Jesus say? Well, we tell you what Jesus say, man. We tell you what God say, man. And we tell you, take that name Jesus out your goddamn mouth if you're a Jake. Because Jesus Christ is not going to save you, man. Yahweh Basham Yahushua is going to save you. Jesus Christ is what people worship today, man, out here in this world. And that shit ain't gonna save you. Jesus Christ is what runs this world right now. As far as the influence of Jesus Christ is what runs this world right now, man. The wickedness is what fuels the wickedness, is what I'm saying. Right? It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee." Right? It says, that speak against thee. Right. When it says, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness." Right. So if you're unfaithful and you, like I said, this is why we don't go back and forth with you. When we out there at camp, we won't fighting tooth and nail with you and stuff like that. When we ain't doing that. All right, we ain't doing all that. Whether you get it or whether you don't, man. Whether you hear, whether you forbear, you want to know either way that there was a prophet among you, man. There were prophets among you. Okay. It says, "Behold, the Lord send." So like, behold, the Lord. So like, behold, saith the Lord, I will send plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. All right. A lot of you people would say, well, plagues, famine, death, and destruction comes from Satan, when the Lord is the one that created all that, right? It doesn't come from Satan. It comes from the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, if you want to say that, to some degree it came from Satan, yeah. But who is commanding Satan? The one you people call Jesus Christ. And this proves it right here. He said the Lord is sending plagues upon the world, the sword, the famine, death, destruction. It didn't say anything about Satan doing it, right? It didn't say anything about Satan doing it. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled." Right. Let's go on down to 11. It says, but it says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before. Remember that? It says as before. You remember earlier, in the Bible, right? So that's why for all you people that say, well, the Apocrypha is not, it's not canon, it's not this, it's not that, it's not authenticated, and this, that, and the other. Like I said, whatever we tell you, it ain't gonna work. We'll tell you one time or two times, three times, however many times, but eventually we ain't telling you no more. All right. But then again, the Apocrypha is part of the so-called Old Testament. Even those testaments were made up. All right. You look back at the older Bibles. There's a reason why the Apocrypha is in the Bible. Like the 1611, the Apocrypha is in that Bible, right? Anyway, so which means it wouldn't even be called the Apocrypha. It would just still be called the Holy Bible, right? Anyway, um, let's see here. It says, and I will destroy all the land thereof, right? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and the punishment that God shall bring upon it. Again, it didn't say anything about Satan doing it. It said that God is going to bring plagues and punishment. It didn't say anything about Satan. All right. Let's see here. It says, woe to the world, this is verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people, this is the main point that I want right here. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hand. What do you think that's talking about? What's going on right now? All right, people is out, shooting one another. These swords. See, when you look at a sword is nothing but an instrument of destruction. So when you talk about swords in their hand, what the hell do you think that's talking about? Guns in their hands, out shooting and fighting one another, man. This is nothing but prophecy. This is not a coincidence. This didn't just happen out of nowhere, and it's not happening for no reason. Everything happens for a reason, right? You got ICE out here, doing what they doing. Then you got the citizens fighting ICE and Trump, but let's not forget, not exclude that, because you got people out here protesting and crying and stuff like that because ICE shot one person, one or two people, or three maybe, because I've seen them right a day after they said they shot a husband and wife or whatever. Well, let's leave that out for a second. What about Jake that's in Baltimore, Maryland, right? Chicago and wherever else, laying each other out, man, on a daily goddamn basis. But an ICE agent lays out one lady, or they talk about the George Floyd again. They the police lays out one person. All of a sudden, you got everybody crying, protesting, and stuff like that. But nobody's protesting Jake killing one another. You know what they'll say? Well, fatigue. It's fatigue. That's what everybody would say. It's just fatigue. This is why this place has to go, man. This is why this place is wickedness, man. This place is nothing but wickedness. And for all you people that talk about, yeah, God bless this place, man, the hell with you too, man. Right? Anyway, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, right? Your politicians, your presidents, nobody's going to regard them. And this is getting to that point, as we can see. Nobody, these recent presidents that have been getting in, nobody respects them. You really think Kamala was going to do anything? Do you think the outcome with Kamala was going to be any different if she got in? Because don't nobody respect her ass either, right? Nobody really respects Trump, and nobody really respects Kamala like that. Nobody respected Joe Biden. People are losing respect for Obama. Every nigga in America loved Obama, you know, but people didn't really care about that either. So now you got people running around here talking about, which I've heard not too long ago. I was out, and it was an Edomite. He said, "Yeah, man, the only good politician is a dead one." That's sedition, man. That's that sedition word. We're going to get that in a second. It says, "They shall not regard their kings nor their princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Right? So let's get that word sedition, and I'm going to close up here because it's not really much to go into. I just wanted to go into that because I haven't read that in a while as far as Second Ezra 15. I haven't read that in a while. So this is what that sedition word is, man. Rebellion, revolt, uprising. And this is what this is what's happening all across America right now, man. Right? And it's been happening really all across the world. Right? You got um armies starting to bomb each other now, man. Again, it's getting out of that phase where it's just, yeah, man, this president made a threat to that president. No, let's get ready to start being action now, man. Because people, number one, these surrounding countries are starting to get sick of America's bullshit, man. Right? Um, I can't remember where that was. I think it was in Israel, where it was literally not too long ago. The two were fighting. Trump came in and bombed one of the bases and said, "Yeah, that's it. That's enough. You know, uh, the war is over. You know, let's call it. So you two, both of your armies better call it a truce." You really think they forgot about that? Right? You really think they forgot about that? You are intervening with their shit. You bomb one of their bases and say, "Yeah, that's it. Uh, you better not fight back. And if you retaliate, there's going to be some consequences." That's what he said. If you retaliate, there will be some consequences. So you two make peace, man. These other nations are getting sick of America's bullshit, man. Right, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. Right. So it says violent strife between factions, civil or religious disorder. Damn, is that not what's happening everywhere? Hasn't that been happening for quite a long time now? You don't think that it's going to start escalating from there? If it's here, it's going to start escalating now, man. I think they're over there going crazy in Iran or is Iraq? I think it's Iran. They're over there going crazy now, man. All right, and they talk about that country is they said that place is like the weakest it's been now, man, because they keep losing high officials, right? So things is getting wild, man. Things is getting real, man. And this is the time to start waking up and remembering the Creator in the days of our youth, man. The early days. I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about right now, like early days. All right. So anyway, that's all I got on this, man. Hell is breaking loose. Yeah, get right fast, man. Giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, BAHASHAM, Yahweh, Shabbat, Shem, Shalom.